We're a few days after the Christian Easter, and as you may recall, the week before that, in Palm Sunday in Egypt, again there were bombings of Coptic churches, which raises the issue of terrorism against another religion in a very typical, sadly, but horrific way. And what do we do about it? Not to mention other instances of terrorism here and there. The bombings in Egypt follow a trend in the Middle East of active violence against Christians on the part of Muslim fundamentalists, ISIS in particular. And surprisingly, centuries ago, the Prophet Mohammad made some covenants with Christian communities offering them respect and protection. I say surprising to me because I'd never heard about these. We in the Co-Roundtable have been working for a number of years with Muslim scholars and religious leaders on understanding the Quran, its ethics for governance, responsibility, the concept of stewardship, halifa, amana, using your mind to think things through, ijtihad, consulting with other people, shura. I was aware through one of our World Advisory Council members, Theodore Cardinal McCarrick, of the Common Word Initiative coming from Prince Ghazi of Jordan, saying that there's a common word between Muslims and Christians, which is love of neighbor and love of God. Prince Ghazi, of course, is from the family that descends from the Prophet Muhammad. And then Cardinal McCarrick also participated in the Marrakesh Declaration, which was sponsored by the King of Morocco, who was another descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, I think through a different wife. I think also through the cousin and son-in-law, Ali. So we have two descendants of the Prophet in our time who feel that the Prophet had a sense of respect. Oh, by the way, the Declaration of Marrakesh goes back to the Constitution or Charter of Medina, where non-Muslims, when the Prophet was the titular leader of the community in Medina, he had respect for the non-Muslims there, Christians and Jews and others, and they had a right as citizens in the community. Anyway, apparently during his lifetime, the Prophet issued several covenants. One was with the monastery of St. Catherine in Sinai, and the other was with a Christian community in an old town called Najran, which apparently is near where the border today is between Yemen and Saudi Arabia. And in these covenants, the Prophet recognized that Christians deserved honor and respect, and he gave his personal word that he and his followers would protect Christian churches and Christian property and Christians themselves. So it's puzzling to me in 2017 that if the Prophet himself demonstrated this respect and gave his word, why is it that more Muslims are not aware of this and therefore feel a sense of obligation for their prophet, who was, of course, chosen by God, as they believe, to voice the revelations which we have in Quran, and to give his own feelings, his hadith, about the revelations, and also in his sunnah, his actions, as an admirable man who presents for us a role model. So if the Prophet made these covenants with Christian communities, why isn't that the norm for our global community today? A scholar, John Andrew Morrow, I think, has recently translated these covenants and written about them. And as far as I can tell, there is good reason to believe they're accurate. I have a long article in an Oxford publication by an Islamic scholar from Qatar who looks at the covenant with the people of Najran and does dating and looks at all the words as they're used and who were the witnesses, and comes to the conclusion that this most likely was an actual covenant spoken by the Prophet and written down by scribes. I think we in the Co-Roundtable maybe can do something small by bringing these covenants of the Prophet Muhammad to wider attention and asking that Muslims and Christians and everybody read them, consider them, and reflect upon the wisdom that they hold and the sense of mercy and compassion and respect for people of faith that they embody.